Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast. This is Camp Slash Horrorcast, Season 1, Episode 9, Krampus. If this is your first time checking out the podcast channel, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And don't forget to join our Discord. All links can be found in the description. And as Camp Slash Horrorcast is live, I will not be editing the audio for this podcast. So what you saw on the Horrorcast, you will be hearing here. And don't forget to join us every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network. With that said, on to the Horrorcast.
Camp Slash Horrorcast.
All right, well, whenever you're ready to go live, we'll go live.
We've been ready.
Ow! Dang! All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast. This is Duck. What is Camp Slash Horrorcast? It's a horrorcast where we talk horror movies from the past, live on Twitch. We are now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter also. So we are across the web. We're going to talk about this horror movie today. I am your lead camp counselor, Duck. I'm also with other lead camp counselors. No one's really a lead here. We got Jay McCrampus with us. Jay, how are you doing today?
I am doing lovely, guys. Feels great to be here.
Right on. Thank you for joining us. We also have Jacob Pinkston. Jacob, how are you doing today? I mean, Yoda.
Another day in paradise. Another day in paradise it is. Oh, fuck. I don't know. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm right here to talk about Krampus.
You're growing a Krampus out of your side of your ears there, bro. Like, I can see it happening. Slowly changing, getting into it. I like the fact that we're a little bit in the Christmas spirit, though. Also with us, we have David Jessup. David, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you for inquiring about my status.
Yeah. You turned into Mark Zuckerberg? What just fucking happened, dude? By the way, got to give a big shout out to David for the Krampus stop motion he made. Wow, was that cool. Amazing. So I'm going to just clap for that,
Super
man.
cool.
That was
Super
fucking
cool.
amazing. Also, we have
Thanks, guys.
Hobby. Hobby, how are you doing?
I'm
Yes.
doing fantastic. And you?
Tell us a creepy story, good son. Yes.
No, I got no creepy stories.
Ah, yes. And then our very special guest this week, so excited to have him here, comedian, just podcaster, videocaster. You do everything, don't you? This is CJ STARR. He's amazing. CJ, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, CJ.
I thought this was a permanent job.
Yeah, no. You're hired, man. You're in. If you want to be a camper, if you want to be a counselor, you can come here every week, man. We're going to talk horror movies. So.
Look, the unemployment ran out. I thought this was a real job.
Oh, I hear you on that. And then finally, we have Mr. William Sonamo. Will, where are you?
Guys, where am I? There I am.
There you are.
What's up?
Yeah.
Just popped in.
Oh,
Look at his
my
new
God.
place, though.
Nothing
Will's in his
special.
new place.
It's a mess because
Hey.
we're not done yet.
Yes.
I do have all my David Jessup art though ready to go on the walls.
Yes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
things and my
Gotta
toys
have
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any Krampus pieces in there?
Not yet, but
Ooh, I'm telling you,
time will
man.
tell.
That's gonna rock. So yeah, guys, we're here this week to talk about the movie Krampus. I caught CJ at the Improv Comedy Club in Arlington, and I said, "Hey, do you want to join us? What movie do you want to watch?" And he suggested we watch Krampus. So we're gonna go first to CJ, and we're gonna talk about our history with this movie. So CJ, why was this the choice for you? What was this movie, for you? Is this something that you love, or just something you thought would be fun to watch?
Well, I mean, it was the thing about it is, I mean, we love scary movies at the house. At the Star House, we love scary movies, and this was one of those movies we actually went to the movie theater to watch. It was scary, then it got weird, then it got all that. But I figured when you said Christmas and horror, that's what I thought about.
Oh yeah, and this movie it is a mix of everything, and we'll get into it here in a little bit. But it really does feel like a holiday film. And then, as we say here, the batteries drop, and it changes into something completely different. It's absolutely wonderful. I see Jay over there smiling crazy about it because he's so excited to talk about this. So, Jay, how about you? What's your history with this movie?
Well, I saw this movie with a couple of buddies, like opening weekend, and it was just a lot of fun. And one of the biggest things I took away from seeing this movie is that afterwards, I legitimately thought I just saw a Tales from the Crypt movie. It felt like a Tales from the Crypt type production because all the
Is it
actors
because
in
of the puppets?
Well, the puppets and
Yeah.
the actors, all the actors in the movie are famous, but not too famous. So it was very much in line with like Demon Knight and Bordello Blood, and even the ending and everything. I was just like, it really felt like a Tales from the Crypt movie, and it kind of brought me back to like that original episode with Larry Drake playing that psychotic Santa, and it just kind of hit that nostalgia nerve for me pretty good. So I just remember just really enjoying it. It was like the perfect horror movie for the season. So
Yeah,
really
it's definitely a
fun.
fun one. And on top of that, I don't know if it's you're rolling or what's going on, Jay, but there's like a weird noise on your side. So we'll work with that. But I was going to say, you talked about the original episode, and we actually just did a We Are Era where we did our Christmas, what do we call it? Holitality, where we had our Christmas characters fight against each other and holiday characters. And Jake actually got that evil doctor character. He had to fight with him. So, Jake, what's your history with this movie, though?
Krampus?
Yes, sir.
It came out in 2015. It was just a fun movie to go watch and see. I love Christmas and horror. They go well together. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they
even though
jelly.
Even though I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Come on, bro. Yeah, I know. David, you're right. That's the correct way to feel about that. Yeah, he can't stand it. And it's canon that We Are Era doesn't like it either. So, Hobby over there just crunching away. Look at that, Jack Skellington in it. Well, David, how about you, sir? What is your history with the Krampus movie?
I saw it when it came out, and it really made me sad watching it again because I had forgotten how much I missed Alamo Drafthouse. So I miss Alamo Drafthouse because that's where I watched it, and it really bummed me out. It made me sad. I was like, oh man, I miss Alamo and their overpriced food.
Oh yeah, but it's delicious.
It's so good. It's so good. I love the movie, man. I love it. It's awesome. It's so much fun. I had a weird Mandela experience though. Because I was talking to my wife, and I was like, yeah, man, the director of this, Michael Dougherty, is that his name? I was like, man, he's amazing.
No, Chris Columbus directed this, by the way. It feels like a Chris Columbus movie.
It really,
I don't know if anyone else feels it, but the first half of it, pure Chris Columbus.
It really does. But I thought, I was mistaken, and I thought that this guy had also done the Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor, but that's Mike Flanagan. It's a completely different person, so my wife had to correct me on that. But I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a great movie. I never saw it before, so this is my first time watching it. So my history with this is this week, and I watched it twice now, and I think it's a really well put together movie. They set up everything bowling pin style that they're going to knock down later, and I've yet to see Trick or Treat, which our little guy who's sitting there on the front of the splash screens on there is from that, I believe. But I've heard that movie's amazing, and this is kind of like the kiddie version of that. This director probably has a bright future. Give him a Marvel film. I think he's got it in him. Give him a DC film. Give him something like that. Bring him out of horror. Obviously,
well, he did the Godzilla King of Monsters, and he's doing Godzilla versus King Kong.
I love Godzilla. I am a huge fan. I've yet to watch those yet though, because I couldn't make it through the last one. Javi, what's your history with this movie, good sir?
All right.
Picture it.
There I was, a middle-aged young buck of 33.
Bring your microphone closer.
I was middle-aged and 33 years old, living in DeSoto. I was in the mood to download a movie illegally. I had nothing better to watch. So I decided, let's pirate Krampus.
You were 33?
Yes.
You're 33 now, bro.
No, this was like earlier this year then. I saw it this past year. I got 5-year leeway. But I really loved it because I'm a petty bitch and I experienced a great deal of schadenfreude throughout this movie. I loved seeing these assholes meet their maker the way that they did. They're all awful people. I don't care for either one of them.
Ah, what? What are you talking about?
It was fun.
Adam Scott's a good guy. Everyone else
What?
is kind of, yeah. What? You thought he was a piece of shit?
He was a wet rag. He was a doormat, bro.
Well.
He was a father who was never there, and he has left his wife alone. You know, he was working too much. They had that whole thing in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, let his daughter
I think everybody got what they deserved at the beginning. Like the twins got on my nerves.
Like right off the bat, I just like I want
right off the bat.
Die first.
All right, we'll get into it here in a minute.
Together, like
we're gonna get into it. Will, what's your history with this movie, good sir? Where'd he go? Will?
I just lost you guys. I can't hear anybody. I'll be right back to fix it.
Okay, well,
Oh,
that
no.
was perfect
Continue on.
timing.
The movie's okay. It's
Oh, jeez, what the heck? Why are you going to mess with me like that? So the movie's okay, you said. But what's your history with it? Is he really, he's really not there? Okay, well.
Isn't it weird how he lost you, but
Yeah.
yet he answered the question?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but knowing Will, it could be
Yes.
anything, so who knows? Yeah, like I said, I think it's a pretty good movie. Like you said, it's okay. It's kind of by the books horror making, but that's what's kind of fun about it. It's a popcorn horror film, obviously with the PG-13, so the kids can go see it. But it's fun. It's a fun family film, and like it really does feel like a Chris Columbus callback to Gremlins. That's the vibe. Is like Gremlins meet Home Alone, and the music. We never talk about the music unless it's specifically a classic horror thing. I watched this as a background film earlier today. The music is way better than this movie deserves. It is absolutely insanely good. And it's John Williams all the way. They are just taking John Williams and ripping that off hardcore. But it feels like a Chris Columbus. It feels like a Harry Potter, like I said, just across the board. And when the batteries drop, I was shocked, and we're going to get into talking about the movies. I was really shocked that it was these creatures were really trying to kill them. That really was cool. I was not expecting that at all. So, Jay, I know you got a lot to say. What are you thinking about this movie, man?
No, I really like the whole like Javi was saying. It's really cool to see just people get their comeuppance, and also it's a morality tale. That's what the whole movie is. It's like a Christmas Carol, kind of like if no one really learned from their mistakes. And so that's really really what I took from it. I mean, Krampus has been around in like German folklore for a very, very long time. I took German in high school, so we got to learn about some of their more darker folk tales, and so it was really cool to finally see it like brought to life in a big budget. Like this is like what I would consider a pretty big budget for like a horror movie of this kind.
And the quality of the actors too. The actors in this movie, man, top notch.
That's
Is
what
this
I'm
a
saying.
good representation of Krampus?
Oh yeah,
I liked it. There's
Yeah,
been another one. There was one back in the day that was not as good as this. Jay, way to show off, Jay, your education about your German.
I took German.
Oh, I went to high school.
Nine.
I went to high school. I
Flex
learned
all over the
something
place.
there.
But
And I
that's the thing.
retained that knowledge.
What
Ooh.
is the story of the Krampus? He's just like Santa's little bad helper, right? Like if kids are naughty, does he literally drag them to hell?
He's the anti.
Yeah, he's the anti. He's the other side. He's the
anti-clause.
Well, the devil is to God, Krampus is to Santa.
If you want to watch some really weird, twisted videos, they have like old, like from the 1920s film of like in Germany or in Switzerland or way over there in faraway land of like Krampus, people dressed up as Krampus and chasing after kids in the streets, like what they would do every year. Yeah, it's super creepy.
There's festivals. There's festivals.
Yeah, the festivals. Yeah.
And those festivals in Amsterdam, Krampus has a little sidekick called Black Pete, and they actually dress up like he's like.
Why you got to be black?
Yeah,
I know. What's up with
That's
that?
and people will actually go.
Look, why bring us in it?
Yeah. What's Black Pete though?
No, he's like Krampus's little sidekick.
Like
He
Black
was the
Phillip.
guy, like you see the other two people that were dragging those guys. Well, I mean, we're talking about the movie that was throwing them into the
Oh
pit.
my God!
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I thought you were talking about Jasper for a second.
Who's Jasper?
Nothing. You know.
So
he rebutted. He recanted. He was like, when they're dragging those two people. I mean, sorry, Susan.
that's fine. I don't know what we're talking about.
Can I say that when you said something about it went by the rules. I think it broke some of the rules. It broke some of the rules on the fact that on horror films usually they don't kill kids. Usually there's got to be the naughty sex scene where people get killed doing sex. I believe that there were some parts that went against it, and that's what kind of made this movie. Not the fact that, I mean, like you said, there's some good actors and actresses in this movie. Very surprising, but it just, I mean, I think that they went away from some of the normal horror things. Because like the first scene where the young lady, I was like, there's no way she's getting. There's no way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is they focused on her very intently, and then they took her out of the movie altogether. But the opening scene, okay, I want to talk about that. Who the fuck is fighting on Black Friday over a fucking rocking horse? What the fuck is that shit? You know what I mean? They're fighting over stockings and clothing and stuff like that. Like, where are the Nintendos? Where are the Switches? Where are the Xbox Ones or whatever came out, Xbox Series S? And where's all the good stuff? Like, these people are literally fighting over nothing.
Well,
No
that was
social distancing.
It's symbolic.
that was filmed in New Zealand, so that explains it.
Because they don't have video game systems. They're like, no,
Their
they
video
don't come
game
over there.
system is a rocking horse.
It's literally they just go over there and just film it, and it looks like The Hobbit and shit all the time.
That was the only thing that was not shot in a studio. Was that they actually shot that in a real like a Kmart, New Zealand's version of Kmart. That's the only thing that was not shot. Everything else was shot in studio.
I thought it was great too. I thought it really set the tone for the movie, and it was a lot of fun. And then, like CJ was saying, when you get into the movie, you know, like they set up a lot of these characters, and then they knock them down. But they do little things here and there where it's like every sentence is literally setting up the pins to be knocked down later, and it's really interesting. And you know, obviously this family doesn't get along very well. They've got a very bad dynamic, and yet they love each other. And the grandmother, she's as old and German and knows something's going on. And I think that's kind of cool that they have that mysterious character. But do you think that well, we'll get into that later. The ending of this movie is very confusing.
The answer is yes.
Yes, the answer is yes on this, because she could have stopped it, right? So this is paying for the sins of the grandmother instead of the sins of the father in a lot of ways. Along those lines, though, Will, what you were saying that you don't think this is such a good movie. You know, me and CJ and Jay and everyone across the board seems to pretty much like it. But you said it's so. Why do you say that?
I liked it. It's just it's very generic to me. It was a lot of tropes. I think the opposite of what CJ's saying. Like, we watch different horror movies, I guess, because I've seen kids die, and it's basically like, oh, I'm going to sacrifice myself. No, I'm going to sacrifice myself. It's a lot of just these standard sort of things, and it's like they spent all their money on that one badass puppet that opened, and everything else was just a mask. And it I don't know. It didn't grab me. I love the actors. Like, every single actor in there is like one of my favorites. The chick from Hereditary,
Toni
the
Collette.
Party Down
Monster.
dude.
Yeah, she has a name, Will.
Yeah.
I don't know any of their names. Adam Scott.
It's Toni Collette. What's her name? What is her
Collette.
name?
Toni
Toni
Collette,
Collette.
Adam Scott,
There
David
The mom
Koechner,
in this
Yeah.
the
Sixth
chick
Sense.
from the first season of Fargo.
The little extra guy, whatever his name
Actually,
is.
that girl
See,
from
Will.
Fargo who played the redneck's wife. She's from Dallas.
Is she really?
Yeah, she actually studied at Ad Libs. Yeah, she's from Dallas. She's awesome, man. Yeah, she was
Is she
great.
a comedian?
In Fargo. Huh?
Is she a comedian
No,
or an actor?
She's an improviser, so that means no.
Yeah, but you know what's weird? You said
I'm zooming.
I'm ready for live comedy.
I think the movie's
Justin,
fun. The movie's fun,
Every-
but it's nothing special.
What were you gonna say, CJ?
I'm trying to figure out what movie you were watching where the kids died.
Oh,
And
plenty.
you have Jason in the back. What?
I'll send you a
Nate,
list.
I'm talking about kids.
Yeah, no,
talking
you're right,
about
because
kids,
no
too.
one really dies.
Hereditary.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Ooh, that-
Yeah, Hereditary. A kid gets her head knocked off.
yeah, that
Her
ruined
temple
Spoiler.
was detained from her head.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry, guys. I mean, I'm talking about, like, I'm older, so I'm thinking like Friday the 13th or bullshit
yeah,
like that.
They're
Oh, weren't they
technically
all kids?
Yeah.
Scream, scream.
Sleepaway camp.
but that's what's kind of
No.
fun about this
I'm not
movie.
talking about teenagers. I'm talking about like
Children.
children.
Children, yeah.
It's interesting because, one of the notes they got from the producers of this film when they were making it is that the little baby that's in this movie was crying too much. And they're like,
Yes.
this is going to upset people. Maybe we have to cut back on the baby crying.
You know what? But I felt that like subliminally. Like I kept thinking, like, man, that fucking baby doesn't shut up. And like,
Yeah, and
somebody
they
needs to
got
take
the
care of it.
baby got taken away too.
Let's talk about the Appalachian Americans. What did you guys think about the rednecks?
Oh, that's my father-in-law, bro. Like,
Yeah?
That is my father-in-law.
That's my entire family, my friend.
Yep.
I'm from Western Pennsylvania. I am hillbilly through and through.
You know how many times, anytime it gets cold, I hear my father-in-law go, "Well, that's global warming, bunch of bullshit."
Yep. It's going to come down there, going to talk about that global warming, going to get
my
this
favorite,
done right here.
The funniest line at the dinner table is when the wife goes, we talked about no gun talk at the table.
Well, and that's the thing is, I'm not to get political. I'm not against guns. I don't care. Own a gun, protect yourself. That's fine. Most people who own guns are very responsible with them. But here's the thing: this movie is a pretty good representation of what it is like to be an Appalachian American. I think David Koechner is from Ohio, and he always gets kind of typecast as these characters. But these are very annoying. They're douchebag Appalachian Americans. But the one thing that got me was they said Stillers. That means they're from the part of the country that I'm from.
Yeah. The good daughters were upset because the Steelers lost.
Right, and wearing those jackets and the hats, literally, that's what the women there do. They wear that stuff.
Did you notice that one line when they came in? She was like, "Oh, we just spent 6 hours on the road listening to talk radio."
Yes.
Like,
what do you think they were listening to? I thought Coast to Coast, possibly.
Well, they're listening to Rush Limbaugh all the way, bro.
Oh, not Rush. No.
Or either that or just some QAnon podcast. No, they don't have podcasts back then. They don't know what a podcast is.
And there's another
Prairie
line.
Home Companion.
CJ, go ahead.
I remember the gun where what did he say? This is an awful small gun or something. He's that's hers. Or
he said this gun's really heavy. He said that's my wife's.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, it's not untrue. I'm telling you, like, we had curio cabinets full of guns. Like, it's just is what it is, man. That's the way they are. But it's like I said, I don't dislike anyone in this movie, but they're all kind of dickish. And, like, the kids are absolute assholes. But does anyone relate to that for Christmas? Does anyone have this issue?
Yes. And that's the thing I liked about right off this movie started with the fighting at the Black Friday sale, and then the mom bitching about the food, and then it's just everything. It felt so real. I could relate to it all the way because here you are, you can't choose your family. You can choose your friends, but you can't pick your family. And that's what holidays does. Holidays brings everyone together that don't get along for a lot of us. And it's just that tension, there's that tension in the air.
Yeah. I mean, how about you, Hobbs? How about you, Jake? How about you, Jay? What do you guys think?
Like, Christmases for my family was fucking great. I had never had a bad Christmas.
Show off.
Like, my biggest beefs were always with older members of the family. And they were going to come down to the basement and fuck up our Sega game for the kids. Like, shit, we don't want to interact with these little bastards. So let's just leave them down there. So I would just, like, stay down there, sneak coquito while I can, and just fucking have a good time.
Right. And that's, dude, I remember that. Like, and you had the kiddies table, too. And, like, the kids would get to sit there. And we had a special banquet. Like, it was in a trailer, mind you. Once again, Appalachian American. And literally, if you were lucky that year, you got to draw names out of the hat. You got to sit up on the I'm trying to think what you call it. The banquet table is what I called it, but the high chairs, basically. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And I know it's so white trash, but one of my family's traditions was the only time of year we got shrimp was during Christmas Eve. And that's the only time I got to ever have it. And my aunt would buy a big platter from Walmart's, from down at the Walmart.
Sounds safe.
Put that out. Dude, all I'm saying is that's when I got shrimp.
Can we go back? Can we go back to the fact that you're calling? I mean, that is it? Your Walmart is plural and everybody else is singular.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's the only one in like 3 counties over. So
no, you said the Walmarts. Rest in peace. Was it Conchita?
But yeah, it's. I mean, how about you, CJ? Do you have any like traditions, or does this remind you of your family get-togethers or anything like that?
Yeah, but not. I mean, totally different. I mean, it seems like my sisters and brothers. It's like we're all just like we were raised together. But I swear, when we all left, everybody got their own identity. Because now, like, I'm into guns now because of the climate. And I got my sister, who was the least violent person. She's into guns, and it was funny. My older siblings before were into guns, but not really getting the ones that are registered. So it definitely does.
Oh my god, dude! You almost got a spit take out of me. That was so freaking close.
Yeah, but I mean, it definitely. I mean, I think that is with everybody's family because it's like there's a reason why people only get together around the holidays
Yep.
because you can only deal with Uncle Bubba one too many times, or and all that. But I mean, it definitely. I think that kind of little bit of resonates, with everybody, especially when Grandma shows up and wasn't even invited.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so
Or I
great.
mean, Mom or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean, in my family, we got that pedophile uncle. We're just like, ooh, and then you got to try to be nice to him, but you really don't want to be nice to him, and it's just like one of those.
tell the
things where-
kids don't go over there and hug him too long.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
be like, yeah, it's weird. It's
Well,
downright
the
weird.
scene when he started talking about the reindeer, how eating the reindeer, and the dad was like, "Dude, could you not do that?"
Yeah,
at
we
the table?"
use those as travel during this time.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
What were you going to say earlier, Will? I'm sorry, we kind of jumped
Oh,
over
I
you.
was just going to shout out Dan Danzy, who just rated us with a party of 8 viewers.
Holy crap!
Dan.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dan.
buddy.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Check
I
out
always
our
forget the raid
Horrorcast.
at the end. So, dude, that freaking rocks. Thank you so much.
I didn't have my alerts on because I threw this together last minute, so that's
Life alert.
I know. I was talking and not looking at this thing. Jake, how about you? What's your gets-togethers like? You have a good time, right?
Oh, we're just a bunch of stupid, dumb, gun-toting rednecks, the shit that people that like David hate.
Hate is such a strong word. It's
No,
more like
it's fine.
despise.
No, I got it. Yeah, that's fine. We're the worst. I know it. No family values. We hate everything. We hate everybody. We hate progression. No, this whole movie, the beginning of the family, they remind me of my family whenever we were kids, obviously. But now that we're all older, our get to exchange usually everybody buys a bottle of liquor, and we
Ooh,
just put that
nice.
into the Chinese
Fuck
get to
yeah.
exchange. But I
think
yeah,
he's looking at porn.
they're deplorable people, and I can. What I took away from it was a cheap ripoff of Cousin Eddie's Family.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but a lot less fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
A lot
And
less fun.
Another thing that bothered me was whenever they pulled up, he's driving a Hummer and the whole house
Yes.
is fucking rattling. Like, what the hell? Like, drinks are toppling over, fucking lamps are shaking. It's like, oh, but he's driving a Hummer.
It's that deep bass of the talk radio that.
I'm telling you, it's coast to coast, good sir. That's what they were listening to. How about you,
Global
Jay?
warming is a lie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love some coast to coast though. Jay, how about you? What are the family gatherings like for yourself?
I mean, the holidays for me, like, always has been travel. So, like, I never get to just stay in one place. I'm always driving somewhere. So, I mean, I'm probably the other side. I'm probably the family that goes and meets up with everyone else because, yeah, I never get to just stay at home. So, for the most part, I try to make the most of it. I mean, I don't really see a lot of my family a lot just because of my work and whatnot. But, it's nothing really to write home about one way or the other.
Right
It's
on.
very-
And Will,
Very boring.
no, that's fine, dude. I understand completely.
Jay's background scares me.
Yeah, dude. Did you hear it rattling? Yeah. I wonder what that is. It must be your AC or something like that that's kicking in.
No.
I gotta
Just how it looks. It looks like eventually he's gonna speak and someone's gonna be in that crack of that door.
Yeah, close that door,
snap.
bro. You gotta close that door, dude. I don't trust it.
I kind of designed it that way.
Oh shit! He's getting in your head.
We'll be like this.
Face.
I've got a little like cord that's gonna slowly shut it behind me. And yell at it.
Oh,
cool.
that would be awesome.
It's like that Ghost movie.
Will, how about you? What are the Christmases like?
We're an Italian family. We all love each other.
Yeah?
We're normal. We get together. We eat a lot of pasta, and yeah.
Go
Wait,
on a
did your
drive,
family
by
do
the
the
way.
7 dishes?
I'm sorry, I have no drama.
Did anyone else know Will was Italian? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Synonymous.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
He must have a huge fucking anyhow.
Dude.
Sorry.
Didn't you
Is
tell
that
me
a
your dad tried to get
stereotype?
you in like a pyramid scheme or something though, Will?
Oh yeah, nowadays, yeah, my dad's kind of crazy. He moved to Texas, and now he's a Texas boy suddenly. The guy's from New York. But yeah, he wants to get it. Everyone selling Metaluca or something like that.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah. My cousin. This is a stupid story. It has nothing to do with the movie.
Just go.
My cousin messages me, and he's like, "Hey man, like, what's up with your dad? Like, he's got me buying this shit every month, and I don't really want it anymore." Like, tell him no. Just say no.
You can't though. But that's the perfect example when it comes to family. You can't say no. You have to put up. And Adam
I
Scott,
said no.
Adam Scott had that one scene where he's like, family gets together, and I thought that was a really great. Like, he's like, I want to believe that we can get along. I want to believe that we have things in common, and maybe it's those moments that make it. I don't know what the moral of this story is for any of this movie, but that one little moment, I was like, that's kind of cool. That say like, you put up with people because you have to. I don't know what.
It's just Christmas Vacation with creepy puppets.
Until yes,
I think you're giving it too much credit because Christmas Vacation was. I mean, like their in-laws are epic. They could have had a spinoff. I mean, just the way that
they did, and it was horrible.
It was really bad.
Look, they could have had a spinoff that I watched.
There it is. I mean, this movie up until the girl gets, the Krampus is jumping from building to building.
Well, that was my favorite scene in that whole fucking movie.
Badass, right? The way the camera,
the noises he was making, and the fact that it was just nothing but background moving from the Krampus jumping from house to house, and the fucking sound of his footsteps. Like this, the Foley artist for this movie did a good fucking job in that scene.
Yeah.
The sound design was
the sound
killer.
design. Yep, and that I would say that was that's when the batteries dropped. When you first see him on top of the house, that's when you know, oh shit, this is not going to be a regular, fun, wacky kind of like wacky Christmas horror movie. This is going to be pretty dark.
Yeah, and
we talk about how Grandma put her head all the way in a fire and looked up a fireplace and didn't burn.
Yeah, what was that all about? I mean, like this grandma's
German. They don't ovens don't bother them.
The Germans don't burn.
No, they do the burning.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. My ex-wife mother was from Germany, so I can say it's fine.
Tony Casilla says he's been on the show, so we're good. It's like a pass.
Yeah. We get a pass. We get a pass.
Yeah. It's one of those things where with this movie though, like once the batteries drop, it gets exciting. Did you guys notice the reference to Jaws whenever Keckner gets pulled into the snow? The way that he's thrown around. I was
okay.
Yeah, it was so cool. I was like, that's like pinpoint exactly Jaws. I was like, I love that.
I was honestly thinking Ace Ventura when he got trapped.
Because that's a play on Jaws.
That was a play on Jaws also.
Yeah. That was a play on that joke though. I was trying to play on.
Oh, my
joke,
bad, man. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I'm in a weird state of mind today. I apologize. But yeah, so the puppets. Let's talk about those. David. How did you feel about those? Because the second they popped up, I was like, David is going to love these.
Yep. Well, I'm a huge fan of practical effects. I grew up in the 80s, and so I grew up with practical effects. And so anytime a horror movie uses them, I'm super excited. Even if it's a shitty movie, I'm like, oh, I like this so much. And they had a lot of practical effects in this. So, yeah, I loved it, man. It was so great. I mean, because when someone uses a practical effect like a puppet, you can feel it. It's got weight to it. CGI, even really good CGI, there's that, what's that, what we talked about it before? It's that something valley.
Uncanny Valley.
Yes, the Uncanny Valley where it's just slightly off, but when you have
like
a
Polar
puppet,
Express.
Yeah. Dude, that's a horror movie. But yeah, the puppets were great, man. Absolutely loved them. Huge fan of that.
So that's why you like Thanksgiving so much, because of the practical effects in it?
Thanksgiving is a fucking holiday classic. That's all you need to know. God,
I on that hill.
I had done so well, Will, forgetting about that movie, and then you brought it up.
I wasn't here. I want to yell at Doug too.
Oh, jeez. Come on, guys. Did you know though? Once they get to the puppets, they have what, the angel, they have the Jack in the Box, they have the robot, which I love.
Teddy bear,
the teddy bear. Those are all play on demonic toys. That movie from the 80s. Okay. What is it? Full Bean? What is it, Jake? The Moonbeam?
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's Full Moon. Movie came out in like 91.
Full Moon. That's what it is. Yeah, it's a weird movie, man. And then there's demonic toys versus Doll Man. Just bizarre.
They took on Puppet Master, and they also took on Doll Man.
Oh man!
So they had a few crossovers.
Wow.
Puppet Master's the
The
shit.
Did
Master.
you learn that in German?
Yeah, I was
class?
just thinking that.
No, it was before German class.
Jake, I know you're a huge fan of practical effects mixed with, taking that and kind of mixing with the CGI. How did you feel when that giant fucking beast mode Jack
The
and Lantern?
puppet from the Jack in the Box. That was
Yes.
probably one of my favorite parts. Whenever they revealed they're eating one of his twin butch daughters and just shoving the Timberlands down its throat. That was great. But I was a bigger fan whenever they actually showed the Krampus and it looks like Santa Claus's face. And I'm like, well, why the fuck isn't the mouth moving? But then at the end, you see his eyes moving underneath it. It's like he's wearing a Santa Claus mask.
Right.
Thanks the fucking horns and everything else. I was like, okay, that's fucking badass.
Do you
Oh,
think
by
he
the way-
killed Santa?
This is what I've been working on. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Krampus
Oh.
Claus.
Fuck.
Krampus Claus.
How long does that
So
take?
is it part? Let me see the feet.
Gotta get those feet
I gotta
up.
change the feet. Yeah, I gotta make him horsey feet.
Who's that goat-legged fellow? Like the cut of his jib.
The whole thing is like creepy, and then you showed the boots, and I was just like, "Oh no, he's fine. He's fine. He's a nice guy."
It's like
CJ,
Santa
how about
fucking
you?
Cramp pie.
What was your favorite of all the puppets? The bear and the freaking angel and all that stuff. Which one did you?
I
like
gotta be with Jake on this. Like the close up of Krampus, and you're not really being able to tell where his face begins and those horns. And until he said that about the mask, it really didn't dawn on me. I was like, that's super dope, because you could go so far in making something scary, and to tell you like his little minions or whatever, they basically had masks on as well, correct? Or am I just crazy?
No.
So that Krampus, they did a very good job on the whole Krampus thing. I didn't know I had to ask my wife about, like, because she told me about it, and I'm sorry, in the Black community we just have Santa Claus or don't.
Yeah.
So the scariest shit is waking up and seeing that your parents are there still, not at work. But the Krampus puppet by far was one of my favorites, because like I said, they took their time and really doing it to detail on it.
How about you, Jake? Which one was your favorite out of all those? Which the minions and everything?
Jay or Jake?
Jay.
Oh, I'd probably say the Jack in the Box. I'm a big sucker for that kind of effect that I guess started with Blade 2 with the jaw that splits open. And
Right.
That's just always been a winner to me. So I'd probably say that was the best. This movie, just for some reason, like, I don't really see how it got away without being R.
Yeah.
Just because I'm talking, it skates so close. There's movies where just the fact that they kill the kid would give it an R rating,
Yeah.
just because of the
It should have been.
situation.
Yeah. Do you think it should have been Jake?
Yeah, it should have been a rated R movie. This movie would have been so much better. There's the point that they already used their one fuck that they could use in the movie whenever the maid from 2.5 Men tells the kids that the grandma's
Cocaina?
that fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then, but they wanted to do another one in there whenever David Koechner's firing at the gingerbread man. He's like, "Merry Christmas, mother!" And then they cut it off. It's like, well, they already used up their one fuck. Obviously, they can't say motherfucker right there, but there's so many things they could have shown some more gore. Everything would have
But
been.
there was no nudity. There
Right.
was only one F-bomb, so they really was just trying to keep it under the thing, so they would get more viewers, maybe.
I think that's what
Oh,
it
yeah.
was, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really banked on this PG-13 movie,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
what's so weird now that we know because of Deadpool is that you can have a hard R movie and make a shit ton of money, and I think thanks to that we're starting to see that with it. It was a hard R, like as far as the violence goes and everything. And I would have liked to have seen Krampus as a more violent type of thing. And I think that's one of my complaints about this movie is I think tonally it's all over the map. It tries to be funny, it tries to be family, it tries to be horror. I would have liked to have seen a straight.
I thought you said it tried to be a whore.
No,
I thought I was like, sweet. It tries to be a horror. Sorry, but it's all over the place. You were saying.
Yeah, and I would have liked a straight on just horror movie. I would have liked it. I still enjoyed it, but a hard R horror movie.
I agree with you. I thought this was a hard R horror movie. I did not know going into this was PG-13, so I was prepped for like this, like deep down, dirty, just like horror film where the Krampus is going to come out and just fucking kill everyone. And then whenever it was just kind of like picking people off, like I said, like Gremlins, I was like, oh, and like keep going back to it, but it felt like a Chris Columbus film. It felt like a Joe Dante film. Yeah, but he wrote it and just like that 80s vibe where I was like, this really is a callback to the 80s in a lot of ways, in the 90s. And I think this is kind of cool. And you could show this movie to kids. And like CJ said, the family went to see it. Did the kids go see it when you went to see it? CJ?
My kids are grown.
Oh, okay. You are older than us, huh?
He's a grandpa, man. What are you talking about?
Are you?
Yes.
No, I didn't know that, dude. I thought you were our age. You're older than us?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were in your 30s too, man. Back on track.
Yes.
Christ.
But yeah, so but that's the thing. This is very much like I think you could show this to kids. Like I said, this is very much PG-13, but I think it was filmed to be rated R, and I think they pulled it back so that they could get a wider audience. Yeah, they definitely sliced it down. I want to say the one death scene I did like though was taking out the fat kid, the Augustus Gloop. Because I felt
that
like
kid, I was so happy when that little shit died.
What did he do to you?
He was dumb looking. He was just fucking wasted space. That mother should have been happy that kid got taken first. Like, one less burden for me to worry about.
Let him go. They kind of were. You notice they didn't
I
look
was
for
gonna
him much.
say, I think she really was. I think the dad was more upset.
Yeah, because he wanted. And what was that whole thing with like he wanted boys, and that line was.
That was pretty weird. That was
I was
funny.
like, that was weird. But
I wish he would stop wishing his daughters were boys.
Yeah,
or they would turn into boys. Like, ugh.
Sorry, go ahead.
The funny line, one of the funniest lines in it, and it was kind of whispered, was when the young boy is talking to Howie Jr., asking him what he wants for Christmas, and the daughter comes over and just whispers diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
not even answering. He's just like,
hey, a movie like that is not a hilarious movie until someone brings up the presidential. What did he say? Tell them about your presidential fitness test.
Oh yeah.
It's a really interesting story.
It's I was gonna say though, did anyone else get the Augustus Gloop feeling from that scene whenever he went up the chimney? That's what I kept thinking. Gloop. Like, is this in some way a callback to Willy Wonka? The way it's kind of picking people off too.
Well, I would say that scene is because in Willy Wonka, the kid dies because he's eating the chocolate out of the river, and this kid dies because he goes to bite the gingerbread man.
Right, and I think that the deaths are done off screen a lot, and it's kind of subpar. If I don't know, maybe that's why you think it's kind of just a blah movie. You wanted something a little bit more.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at this movie to be some sort of super horror movie. I knew going in it was PG-13. I expected a PG-13 horror.
Do you think that I had a question, Will, if you think that do you think that if they would have showed the killings, that it would have went more to more of a pop culture type where they die funny, the blood is like squirting everywhere. Oh!
Yeah, I do. I think this movie desperately tried to be funny, and it had its moments, but yeah, absolutely.
I think that would have been fun.
Justin Roiland was one of the gingerbread men.
Yeah, he was clumpy. Yeah, I saw that in the credits also. I had to go look. I was like, I know this fucking name. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's the Rick and Morty fucker.
Yeah, Seth Green's in there, too. He plays the gingerbread voice.
He's the other guy.
Javi, I got to go to you right now because you're drawing. What do you think of the animation? Is that stop motion or is that...
It's CGI.
It's CGI?
It's CGI, yeah.
Okay. What do you think
look like stop motion.
Can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you.
Turn your lamp on.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, your lamp's working.
All right, listen. As much as I love the gingerbread men, in this movie, aesthetically, they didn't fit.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about the animation for the grandmother's story. I figured you would have loved that. That
was fucking dope. I do like that. It reminded me of that whatever I shared earlier, but the Candy Man.
I love that he's talking.
Yeah, that was really good.
I want a lamp to talk to.
But yeah, so that's just my thought on that. It's just gonna, I thought it was great animation.
Yeah. That's a really cool microphone. Hey, I would like to jump in on what Javi said though about the gingerbread men not fitting in, because they felt very Gremlins-y, like the scene from Gremlins when the mom's in the kitchen and the Gremlins are attacking her. That felt like a very Gremlin scene. But if you look at remember the scene where the elves come in, how creepy that is?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by the tone of the movie being very different.
I felt like they ran out of money at that point. They're like, just throw some masks and some shrouds on them and throw them in there.
Well, what's interesting though is those masks are all from Scandinavian folklore.
Oh, I just talked shit on something I shouldn't probably.
Yeah.
I take that back like hardcore because like.
Well, you think some Scandinavian folklore spirit's gonna come haunt you now?
Dude, I ain't fucking with nothing, man.
Yeah.
Like. All right, just to be fair, I'm pretty sure you and Jake started COVID when we played with that goddamn Ouija board. So I ain't.
No. Don't you fucking lump me with that shit. I was shanghaied into that one. You and Jake started COVID.
We summoned the fucking demon, dude, and I don't want to play.
I thought Borat started COVID.
Wait,
probably.
The Borat? Oh yeah, from the movie. Oh, I forgot. I'm not here tonight, guys. I'm sorry, my brain is frying. Yeah, my
Borat from the carnival.
Yeah, he was in Arlington. You guys know that, right? Whenever they began filming that movie, they came to Arlington Shooting Range. That's one of the first places they came.
He was also at the State Fair of Texas.
For that one or the first one?
The second one.
The second one?
He was in the State Fair of Texas.
That's where they did that scene. Yeah. Okay.
And I from someone I know, they're not very happy about that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who aren't very happy about that. But yeah, so with this movie though, the ending doesn't make a lot of sense, and I like that. I want to go down the line and ask you guys what you felt about the ending of this movie, because
it doesn't make sense first.
Okay, so how do you feel it ended? Do you feel like they're in a snow globe, or do you feel like it was a
it's the eternal damnation sort of thing, but in a Christmassy
purgatory
way.
Yep.
I don't think it wasn't ambiguous. It wasn't. I mean, I remember watching the first. I thought it was going to Super Mario Brothers 2, where it was just like, it's all a dream, but then, it has the
Is it saying that we're all in a snow globe? And
no, I think whoever the Krampus gets is in the snow globes.
And that's the thing is every single one of those people were assholes in their own way. And so they're all, it's not just him in the snow globe, it's everybody in the snow globe.
I think we're all in a snow globe inside of a snow globe that is being held by the autistic child at the end of Saint Elsewhere.
I mean, there's a 50% chance that he's right.
Good night,
how about you, Jay? What do you think? Do you think it's snow globe?
I was expecting to see Patrick Duffy at the end of it. So
Patrick Duffy!
CJ, what do you think? Snow globe?
I think we're in a snow globe, because I'm telling you, every day it seems like somebody's fucking with us.
Yeah, I think we're in a snow globe too.
You're in the snow globe. Look at your back.
That's the ending I want, but supposedly the director has said the snow globe isn't an actual snow globe. It's a look into their world. It's a device he uses to see, and they actually did survive, and they're all okay. I don't like that ending at all. I want
like
snow globe.
Yeah.
So
across the board,
ending.
But it could be a purgatory, perpetually spending that same Christmas with people that they hate over and over and over and over.
Better ending.
Yeah, it is a looking glass. You can see this shit. Are they getting out of the snow globe? Yeah.
What's interesting though, if you pull away when you see all the other snow globes, he's got the house from Psycho in one of the snow globes.
Oh,
no way.
Yeah.
Now, is that true, or is this like one of your? Oh, they filmed inside a New Zealand Kmart fact.
No.
First of all, that's a real fact. That's a real fact.
Was true also.
Yeah, that was true also.
He went to IMDb. He went to.
I looked it up on the internet.
I look at the trivia, bro.
Yeah, we all look at the trivia.
If it's on the
Which is
internet,
interesting because I never started doing that until Jacob mentioned it, and I was like, "This is way easier than watching a making of documentary."
Yeah. I always go to it after I watch a movie. If I like the movie, and if I don't like the movie, I double down. Where'd CJ go?
Oh, real quick.
I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
You guys have all seen Trick or Treat, except for you, Ducky?
Yeah.
I've never seen Trick or Treat.
You can ruin it for me. That's fine.
Okay, well, I was just going to say there's a deleted scene in Krampus where the main kid offers the two lesbian girls his Halloween candy, and he opens up the box, and it's the candy that Sam holds. It's that Halloween, the pumpkin candy
That's cool.
from Trick or Treat.
That
Yeah,
is cool.
yeah, they cut it out though.
So we all agree Snow Globe. What if the sequel?
You didn't ask me. But,
Oh, Javi, Snow Globe or not? I
Oh,
thought you
yes.
said you did. I did ask you. You said it was the child from St. Elsewhere or something.
that
like
was Jake.
Oh, all right, my bad. Go ahead.
But,
what do you think?
but
Snow
yes,
Globe?
I also agree with Snow Globe. I just wanted to agree.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Were they making a sequel to this movie?
I hope not.
No,
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think
he
Jake
was on.
came up with a good
Babe,
idea for
are they making a sequel to Camp Krampus?
I love the Krampus.
Yeah, no one's gonna point out that he says Krampus every time.
I love it,
No,
dude.
he's
I
a
love the
headliner.
I
Krampus.
didn't want to
He
be
never
rude,
questioned
so
the
I just let
headliner.
that dog
The
lie.
Krampus,
Yeah.
man. That's where it's at.
He's the headliner. You don't.
They're making fun of me because I say Krampus instead of Krampus.
National Lampoon's
I just want to
Yeah.
point out. I
Krampus-ification.
want to point
Yeah.
out that I feel like everybody makes more money than me because of you guys' background. Like,
You're on the moon, dude. You got
Look,
the earth
well,
behind you. You're like a god.
Yeah,
got
you
that-
got
talking
Sandra
about?
Bullock just floating right behind you, bro.
Yeah, like what are you
Ducky,
talking about? You own the
You got
earth.
the bed from Friday.
Oh, it's got a little baby Mario on it.
Does Universal know that you're using their logo right now? Are we going to get fucking sued for this shit?
Craig!
So, all right, let's go down the line. Do we recommend this movie? I'm going to start with Jay. Jay, what do you say? Recommend
Yeah.
or no?
It's good for the holidays. I mean, it's not going to change your world, but it's definitely fun. I mean, it's harmless. It's a harmless movie.
How about you, David? Recommend or not?
Oh yeah, it's another great movie where Toni Collette screams really loud, and I love watching Toni Collette scream.
There's a lot of
Don't
that.
we all?
Yeah, I like in The Sixth Sense when she shows off her titties. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Wow.
CJ, a little bit. CJ,
PG-13.
I recommend this movie to watch it once every other year.
agreed.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Jake, how about you? Recommend or not?
Yeah, it's a fun holiday watch. I mean, I guess it beats the shit out of Jingle All the Way or anything like
The
that.
holiday
Shut your
classic.
mouth.
Jingle all the way.
Shut your mouth. This movie's way better than Jingle All the Way. No, this movie's not as good as Jingle All the Way.
Guardian,
that's
don't
easy
make your
to
mind,
say.
Jay.
Yeah.
I love the holiday classic. Jingle all the way. Javi, yes or no?
Yes.
was
I
it-
recommend this movie. It's fun. Like, if you're bored and need something to torrent, just torrent Krampus. You're gonna have a good time.
Why are you talking to your lamp like it's a microphone now? What's going on here?
You know, just
Are you
because
practicing for the podcast? Please tell me you're practicing.
you know what, Jake? I'm practicing for the podcast right now.
Thank
Thank
you.
God. That's the only time you get in the microphone right
Wow. Wow. I
Yeah.
don't like this energy right now, boys.
there. I apologize. And Will,
It's harsh.
Will, what do you think? Yes or no to this movie?
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I say watch it. Need it all the time.
You know, I would like to point out that whenever Will doesn't like a movie, he calls it fun.
No, that's
That's
not
not
true.
so. That's not so. Yeah.
That's not true at all.
All right, name me one bad movie that you think is actually bad.
Thanksgiving was a horrible movie.
Would you recommend Thanksgiving, though?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I like it. I don't know what to say. I like it. It's good.
Hey,
All right.
I don't want to rail your show, but I want to ask you guys a question because
Sure.
you guys are very
Please.
educated on this. Is there a show, a movie, a horror film that you would love to see it remade? Because I would
Sure.
tell you, can I tell you what I've been saying that they need, that we've been screaming that they need to remake Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, yes, please.
yeah.
You can never
Yes.
capture that kind of manic Stephen King energy again.
You
though.
mean cocaine, Stephen
I mean,
King energy?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
That's-
cocaine. Cocaine
I know.
directed that fucking film. You know that,
I know.
right? It literally
It's
jumped
such a
up, took the
perfect-
floor with Stephen King,
It's such a
and said,
perfect moment in time.
yeah.
And
that
also
you guys
movie-
know that there's a uncut version of that out there somewhere that is so gory it couldn't even get an NC-17 rating. Like
Oh, no
there's it's like insanely violent, but it's
I
out
want
there
to
in
see
the
it now.
ether.
What would you
I
do
wanna
differently,
see
CJ?
I don't know. I just want to be. I want it to be more
Updated.
updated, remade.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
in this remake, is Yardley Smith still in it? Please tell me yes.
Yes, she is.
Sure.
Yes, she
Sure.
is.
Yes, of course.
let's go down the line. Yeah, David, how about you? What would you do? What movie would you remake? Horror movie? Is it horror movie, CJ, or is it just any movie?
Yeah, horror movie.
Of course.
Horror movie.
I'm going to go in a slightly different direction and not do a remake, but I would love to do a direct sequel that is actually I would love to see a direct sequel to The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Well, they've done that. That one that
No, that was a prequel. That was a prequel.
Oh, you're right.
That
It
was
was.
a
My
prequel.
bad.
It was awful.
It was
awful.
Yeah.
What would you do with that
Awful.
sequel? Would you bring back Kurt Russell and put him on?
No,
the
I
fucking...
would not. What I would do is I would take the frozen Kurt Russell and the frozen David
Lawrence
Keith.
Fishburne? Oh, David
No,
Keith.
David
Yeah,
Keith.
That's right.
They are discovered by military people. They take them and they put them on a ship that's leaving Antarctica. And while on that ship is when The Thing comes out. And then you have the whole movie. You have another scenario where it's really claustrophobic and it's really horrific. Yeah.
They were
Two
both
things.
affected by The Thing.
At the end of it, like, will they show like a frozen Kurt Russell or a frozen Keith Davis? Like, aha! I knew that son of a bitch was a thing at the end of it.
Who was it? Who do you guys think it was?
Jake
Two things on that.
How about you, Jake? What would you remake?
That Psycho movie with Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche.
Double remake, double down, Inception style.
I want it shot for shot the same way. Maybe Gus Van Sant. Yeah, exactly.
Less
Horrible.
butthole.
Yes. Oh, you do see her butthole in it. Anne Heche's butthole. Jay, how about you? What would you do?
I to kind of go along with what David was saying. I've always really wanted to see a sequel to the Monster Squad.
Yes.
And now that they're older, I think it could actually work out pretty well. I just saw the documentary Wolfman's Got Nards, and I immediately wanted to see all those characters again. And it's actually tragic that Horace he died in like the late 90s, and I think they could actually explore that and just other things. I don't know. And I love Universal Monsters, so. And I would have always wanted to see a sequel to the Monster Squad. I thought I was going to see one in my teens, but I never did.
So you wanted to do a remake, kind of like the
a sequel.
Oh, we were talking about a remake.
Well,
I messed it up. I messed it up.
He got me on that train.
So crap! I didn't even
Well,
realize it.
nowadays most sequels are reboots of the franchises, anyways.
Right, so that's what I was thinking.
But I get what you're saying, Jay. Just explore them as they're older.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what they were going to do with the Goonies. They were just going to take the parents, be the original Goonies, and then do that. And the Monster Squad and the Monster Squad in many ways is a version of the Goonies.
Yeah.
Javi, how about you? What do you want to see remade? Right in that microphone. Just unbelievable.
Puppet Master.
I'm down with
But like legit practical effects. I don't want these. I don't want to see CGI Pinhead.
Have you seen the new one?
Wait,
what movie are you talking about?
Puppet Master.
Puppet Master.
That's Hellraiser, I think you're talking
Bro, the puppet with the broad shoulders and the tiny head is actually called Pinhead.
about.
Big hand.
They did it in Puppet Master like 2 years ago.
They remade it?
In it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they didn't remake it. They're just continuing the story.
Oh, then
It's
you know
not
what?
great. It's a fun watch. I don't remember what it's called.
It's
Oh, he said it was fun.
That's terrible.
How about you, Will? What would you like to see?
It's an easy answer. Killer Clowns, man. I want to see a new modern version of Killer Clowns from outer space.
It's such a classic, though. I don't know.
Starring Violet J and fucking Shaggy Tudo.
They have to have a cameo somewhere, yeah.
Or you can watch the real life version of it. Watch a John Wayne Gacy documentary.
Ooh.
Those are nothing alike. I love that look you gave, though.
Cocoon Kids.
Did John Wayne Gacy wrap them in cotton candy? I don't think so.
He could have.
I want to go with what Javi could have said. That what was it? Full beam, moonbeam. What was it? That full moon. Thank you.
What do you mean, Javi? I'm not saying these things.
Well, but here's the thing: Full Moon made Puppet Master. It made Demonic Toys. It made Doll Man. It made all these weird horror movies of the '80s. Critters, I think they were involved with in some way. I want you to take all those monsters and do The Force Awakens and do them with a kind of a slant on, well, here's the thing. Take it and take The Last Action Hero. Make it a group of people going to the movies to watch some of these old horror movies, and the theater comes alive. And as it comes alive, these creatures, they take on the entire town. I think that'd be great to see all these different monsters from those series.
And then you can make it into a trilogy, and they'll shit the bed for the last two.
Yeah, well,
Just
all
like
right.
the trilogy.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, boys.
Kind of sounds like the plot to Goosebumps, what you just said.
Yeah, you know what? I stole from Goosebumps. You're right.
No, they should remake Goosebumps.
That's all that is. Are you
Good call,
afraid
Jay.
of
Good call.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And don't forget to join our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And don't forget to join our Discord. All links can be found in the description. The next segment of the podcast will be clips from the movies. So if you would like to see that, head over to our Twitch at twitch.tv /We Are Podcast for the full video stream. And with that, back to the Horror Cast.
All right, let's clip it up.
Clip it up.
Fighting over useless shit. Like I said, this is
In New Zealand.
The wish of Bonnie and Ben, make 'em ring as the carol that you.
Boy, let go of my rocking chair.
just ridiculous.
This
Get
movie
my-
does show that Christmas songs are really creepy.
Yes, it does. Especially at the end. Like it that last one, that's how you know something's off, because when they're talking and then all of a sudden they start doing that, like taking a Xanax and they're kicking in, they're like, oh, and then they get creeped out. And yeah, I knew something was up. But I do like the music. I think, and I also, like I said, the soundtrack is pretty killer. Looks great, Mom.
Looks great, Mom.
Okay.
Don't work too hard, though. Sarah bought a bunch of cookies at the store. It's Roger.
But you said you weren't working over Christmas.
I said no traveling over Christmas. I still have to take a few calls. Hey, Roger, what's up?
She divorced
So
him.
how did they
and
get?
that
What
was
did they
those
put
eyes? That was a divorce eye right there. That look she gave him was, I'm divorcing you and taking half your shit.
There's
yeah,
no way
absolutely.
that you're going to be able to have a TV and a microwave connected to the same outlet right beside each other.
Nope.
Something's going to create it.
Good catch, CJ. I'm glad you saw that.
Bad Santa.
Well, that fat kid kind of looked like the bad Santa fat kid.
I think it
A
was.
little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
a little bit.
Herman. No, it's not. Thurman Merman.
Yeah, look at that. That's so great. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, was he perving the kid?
Yes.
Yes.
Get that?
What?
So great.
I didn't even notice it.
Yes.
Why'd you caption Bad Santa?
Because he was just, I thought he was just looking to the side like, what
No,
the
he was looking at her
Look at the
ass,
side
bro.
at her ass.
Oh, Jesus.
A underage girl, by the way, which I find very offensive.
Is that the same girl from Stranger Things season 1 who played Barb?
No.
It's not?
No.
I thought.
Yeah, I thought that also.
Yeah. Looks a lot alike. A young Dan Danzy. This is 100% 1 point. Thank you, Dan, for sending us people. But
Yeah, Dan, I hope you're watching.
More awesome than it actually is, you know?
I like snowflakes, but
that's Dan.
Yeah.
Anyone
I
else?
like the bong. Look at that bong.
That's Dan all day.
Appalachian Americans. These are my family.
Merry Christmas!
It's Merry
No.
Christmas.
Dude, good point.
Oh gosh, I'm so glad you guys could make
You
it.
have no idea. Accidents all over the freeways and nothing but crazy talk radio for 6
There
hours.
he is, Bobby.
We brought you a little taste of home, though, didn't we?
Oh wow. Thank you. It looks wow.
You're welcome.
come on, let it move it. We don't have to keep the traffic jam going now.
Let me help you.
Oh no, get that!
It's all right.
He's dropped that shit on purpose. Why are you gonna drop your own money?
Yeah, he did.
Hey, you bring in all of these things, and everybody gets to come in, but the kid stays in the car by itself.
Yeah.
So great.
Good parents.
Home Alone reference.
It's fine.
Merry Christmas, girls. Come on in. Don't you look cute in your matching jackets?
Just a little cranky because the Steelers lost.
Yeah,
so.
it's the Stillers.
Jordan,
Yeah, it's the Stillers. Yeah, that, as I was watching it, actually, Javi, are you back? I got into an argument with Javi after that, and I'm sorry again, Javi, about that. That
what?
scene. Remember that argument we got into on Thanksgiving where I was being a dick, and I'm sorry?
Oh, that wasn't an argument. That was just you being a little bit rude to me.
That was me being a dick, and I'm sorry about that again.
Don't apologize. You're good, bro.
Yeah, but that scene kind of triggered me, like hardcore, where I was like, these motherfuckers, like, because I'm not particularly proud of the place I'm from, and a lot of the people there are really good people, but this version of them was the bad version. So it's just one of those things where it was like, that was rough. But I like them. I came around to the characters. So Augustus Gloop and Aunt Dorothy.
Video games?
Look at this fucking dullard. Nothing behind those eyes.
Mouth breathing. Dialysis.
Thank you guys.
Where do you want this stuff, Tom? You see anywhere?
Yeah.
Christ on a stick. Would it kill you to shovel your walk? I could have broken a hip out there.
Surprise! Please don't be mad.
Please don't be mad.
I like her.
Listen, Tolman, Jen. She's awesome.
She's great.
But not CJ.
Where'd he go?
CJ? CJ?
It wasn't my job to watch him.
Bully.
Aunt Dorothy roasting solid.
So what kind of godforsaken concoction are you whipping up now? You know how this fancy food clogs my pipes.
I'll probably go to your trailer for Christmas next year.
Ooh, burn.
And after you've spent weeks decorating and cooking and cleaning, I might just waddle in and start bitching and moaning about everything you've worked so hard on.
Oh, Sarah, you know.
No, Aunt Dorothy, please. For your sake, just stay the hell out of my kitchen.
Have y'all seen the movie The Ref with Dennis Leary?
I fucking love that movie.
Wow.
The dynamic of those families kind of remind me of that situation also.
Yeah. But the ref was good.
Family and Christmas.
Christmas?
I don't get it. Every year it gets worse.
This is the more
Why do we have to
positive
put up with their crap just because we share DNA?
You just answered your own question, asshole.
Yep.
Max. People you try to be friends with, even though you don't have a whole lot in common.
But why?
Because.
Why?
Well, okay, you kind of got me there.
Pacific Rim robots.
Or maybe it makes it work a little harder to find what we do have in common, you know?
Yeah.
Everything aside, think of other people for a change. Friends, family, even the assholes you normally can't stand.
Like Uncle Howard?
Didn't want to name names.
Dad, do you really believe in all that?
Jeez, I grabbed the whole fucking... Oh, there it is.
I want to, Max.
God, he's a goofy-looking son of a bitch, isn't he?
He looks like a sloth a little bit. It's like if a badger had sex with a sloth, it would be Adam Scott.
Wow. I think y'all are just hating on him because of his character in Step Brothers.
Adam Scott's fucking great. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I'll be right back, guys.
Tooch.
Oh, dude,
He's so tooch.
He's the tooch, man.
He's a
David
tooch.
just left us. Now what are we supposed to do? I don't know.
Duck's gone. Hey, Will, tell us about Thanksgiving. Tell us all the hate.
Hey,
No,
have you guys seen? Cause looking for Krampus, I came across Christmas Horror Story. Has anyone seen that?
That sounds
I haven't.
familiar.
It sounds terrible.
I think it's supposed to be an anthology, but they're supposed to have a fight scene between Krampus and Santa Claus.
Ugh.
Well, now
Very
I
nice.
need to watch that.
Yeah.
I hope the guy who
William
was
Shatner's
Ralph-
in it. I think it's
Oh.
an anthology movie. and
Oh,
William
yes, I saw this. This was the
Okay.
same year, it's 2000.
Yeah, same year, 2015. Yeah. Is it worth it to watch Krampus?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's over the top. Yeah.
Because
It's
I
a lot
kind
of
of
fun.
Yeah, I want to watch it. Yeah, because when I first saw Krampus in the theater, I thought at the end when the road starts breaking up and he says, "I take everything back," I thought Santa Claus was going to show up and he was going to fight Krampus, and I was
You
I
wrote
was
a,
really
yeah, you
bummed
wrote a
out
better
that they
ending to
didn't.
this fucking that shit. What the fuck?
And then the Krampus ends up in the snow.
Yeah. Okay, okay. We are crowdsourcing. We are gonna get the money and we are redoing the ending.
I'm all for this.
Starting to go fund me right now, Will. Come on, you're on the computer, aren't you? Yep. And we're on.
Like Kermit the Frog typing.
Has CJ popped back up yet, David? You're on mute,
I have
by
not
the
seen
way.
him, sir. I have not seen him.
Well, David's the host, so he's also on mute because he doesn't understand computers.
David!
What?
Wenzel.
mute.
No, sorry.
He has said salutations for the night, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, just gentlemen. Boom.
Did we upset him?
I hope not. If we did, he's doing that right now. Throwing the podcast out
I think that was a reference to Les Mis right there. Because Jean Valjean, Hugh Jackman, has a scene just like that where he rips up paper and he throws it while singing.
You want to call what Hugh Jackman does?
I got
singing?
nothing on that, Javi. I
Yeah.
literally had nothing.
Clearly, the director likes Les Mis.
24601.
You got it, my man.
Snowman.
Oh, these were creepy. I like these.
Mom!
What, Max?
There's a snowman in our yard. See?
That's great, Max.
But who built it?
Can barely see across the street, but it doesn't look like it's just us.
Your son is talking to you about evil snowmen being built, and you're ignoring him, you fuck.
Maybe somebody's just really in the Christmas spirit, okay?
I liked it when the fat kid got turned into a snowman. That was funny.
Oh, you know what? That's true. Each snowman had it looked like the character that they took, and I kept expecting them to fall out of the snowman at the end or something like that because I thought it was going to be a happy ending. I didn't know what.
Once again, writing a better movie that would have been a better payoff.
Yeah, I mean that would have been cool though to see them pop out of that. I thought Krampus, here he comes, Jake. I guess it's the hottest. Jake's one comes up in. Love that though. That transition. Was
That's a great shot. I love the up close, but this is fucking amazing.
Just give away your position.
I think this is badass.
And when the hoof comes down is really cool too.
I gotta say, great sound design, like y'all touched on earlier. Though that just reinstills it right there. That shit's fucking
so good.
on point. The jingles, the stomps. I mean, the sheer terror that it builds as he's chasing her. Good stuff.
I like it a lot. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Good stuff.
One thing I'll give this movie is it builds tension pretty well. I think so. But in, like I said, like a Harry Potter kind of way where it's by the books very much so, you know, whenever it's doing different things. But I like it. I think it's good. And I like whoever said, you know, this is one movie that you watch every couple of years. I feel that way. Like it's a good, fun horror movie for kids. So, but I really like that.
Danzy on the chat says Krampus just wants to update their car warranty. So he's very adamant about catching her.
Here's the jaw scene.
Pretty good, I guess.
Oh yeah.
No. I think Javi was right. That was more of a ripoff of Ace Ventura.
Do not go in there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No, I didn't realize it, but yeah, you're right.
Ginger Dead Man. This is my favorite scene. Next, the one with the girl gets fucked
Fucking dumbass, bro. God.
He gives a bad name to all fat kids everywhere.
Dialysis. That gingerbread man does look good though, doesn't he? Very fluffy.
Looks real spongy.
Yeah, real spongy.
Like he's well baked.
I don't know. I like it. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was.
You guys may be honest with it. I think Toni Collette may have a screaming fetish.
Oh, she is awesome at screaming.
No, you mean
because she
you
got
have
them
a
big old
fetish for
lungs.
Toni Collette screaming.
Huh?
Yep,
I agree.
both.
She's
do.
good at screaming. Like she's so good at it. I think she actually enjoys it on a deeper level than acting.
Have you ever watched Hereditary screaming just put together? It's all the clips of her screaming for Hereditary. It's fucking hot.
Really?
Man.
Where am
So
I going to
hot.
find that? Okay, that may be a new kink.
It's on Pornhub.
75. Oh, you screaming wench. Ah, come on, Jake. Don't cover your face.
I fucking hate you guys.
I knew St. Nicholas was not coming.
No, that's CGI. That's
CGI, bro. But it's good. It's made to look like stop.
A much darker, more ancient spirit. The shadow.
I love this sequence.
St. Nicholas. It was Krampus.
Yeah.
And as he had for thousands of years.
See, CJ was saying it right.
Krampus came not to reward, but to punish. Not to give, but to take. He and his helpers.
Hey.
Yeah, there they
I just
are.
I just like seeing the helpers.
So what they did is they did a neat little trick there. Grandma speaks German the entire movie, but when it comes to exposition, you want them to see those fucking you want to see that animation that they put up there. They don't want people reading that shit at the bottom. Like, no, she speaks English right now. Back in the movie, rest of it back to German. Shut up, bitch. So you don't
I loved when the ant, the fat ant was like, "I knew it."
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "You're fucked."
Y'all don't think that Grandma? Sorry, Jake, go ahead.
No, you're right.
Y'all don't think that Grandma's just a harbinger for Krampus? Because I mean, if her story is that her family got taken, she was one of the ones who got taken,
right?
And then she brings up this other family. How is she out? And then
honestly, what if she was like
they're all living in the
Krampus's
snow globe
squeeze?
anyways.
Because did you see like the way that he caressed her face and she was like, "Oh God, Krampus now."
well, yeah, okay, but Krampus did the same thing to the kid at the end. Whenever he was crying, he wiped his fucking tear away.
But that woman wasn't crying. He just like caressed her face. She's like, "Oh, please, don't do this."
That's Mrs. Krampus right there.
Yeah, it is Mrs. Krampus.
Like
she's not in the snow globe at all.
The new Mrs. Krampus.
Yeah. I mean, but no, that's a good point. What if they've been living in the simulation of her snow globe for all this time? Because why isn't she in a snow globe?
She is. She's in a different snow globe with that family, but now she's moved on to this snow globe with the new family. She has a family of her own, but her childhood is still trapped in the other snow globe.
Oh, that's so creepy.
God, it's like the doors from Monsters Inc. What the hell's going on with these goddamn snow globes?
This is a whole new precedence for the upcoming Krampus multiverse series that's coming up.
As long as I get more of this, I'm fine with it. I love this shit. Like, this is awesome.
I fucked with this.
Yes! Toni Collette scream!
Jay, what was first, Deborah Logan or this movie?
Deborah Logan.
I believe Deborah Logan by a couple of years.
Because that reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And the big
Yeah,
grandma has the mouth over the whole.
Oh,
I've actually
also Freddy's
seen
Nightmare.
Making of Deborah Logan.
I was thinking the new series directly bit this shit off also.
Yeah, but Freddy Krueger also had one with Haley Joel Osment when he was about to eat him. Like he stretched his mouth just like that. What was that, New Nightmare or Wishmaster?
What are you talking about?
Freddy Krueger movie with Haley Joel Osment.
I don't think there is one.
No.
I think that's the other kid from back in the day. The kid from the beginning of Jurassic Park. He was the.
That wasn't
Joseph
Mazzello.
It was Miko Hughes, 94.
Yeah,
There
so
it goes.
you're thinking of
The kid
Gage
from Mercury
Pet
Rising.
Sematary.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery, Gage. Fuck you.
Also, the kid from Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis.
I
1998.
know. He's
Same
also the kid
Gary
that said
Sinise.
boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Kindergarten Cop. Fuck you.
He's also in Spawn. Horrible movie.
Minions.
I like
Okay.
Spawn.
So that's
Spawn was great.
what I want. I want a remake of Spawn, but I want to be in a fucking straight up horror movie.
They're
Yeah,
doing
it's
that
coming
right
out.
now.
It's coming out in a month on HBO.
They filmed that already with Jamie Foxx?
It's coming out next month. It's
No, not Jamie Foxx, right?
Is it a movie or a
Yep.
TV show?
It's a movie, and apparently Spawn doesn't talk at all.
Nice.
No. No.
Check it out.
Nah, it doesn't make sense at all. Spawn's gotta talk, say.
Spawn talks, bro.
Minions. Love it.
Everyone else get
Ride. That's so cool. Did you see that? That is like the best shot of the movie. That.
That's an awesome puppet, man. That's really cool.
There it is.
David Jessup.
Nightmare
Yeah.
juice right there. That is
Is it?
nightmare
Awesome.
juice.
I'm
Yes.
a little bit aroused.
Tony Collette screaming again, man. So hot. There.
Robot's my favorite though. Hands down.
Jay's making it.
Yeah, right here. Fuck yeah.
Gotta be kidding me! Merry Christmas, Mother.
Puppy.
Good boy.
That's a good girl.
I wonder how many bulldogs died while making that movie.
2.
Because those things do not live long.
I think that's like 14.
I don't deserve that laughter.
I needed it right now. All right, here comes the Krampus. This is Jake's scene.
Here comes the Krampus. Here comes the Krampus.
This is how he always enters the new house that they're building together.
I've been expecting you, Mr. Krampus.
That's cool. That's a great shot.
Hey girl, hey.
I went for a long time. You guys didn't eat. I'm sorry. I love this, though. This is probably my favorite thing. Seeing the other puppets that weren't used with CGI things or whatever they are. And I will freeze frame them because this shit is awesome. Ah, I missed it!
Grandma's.
Now,
Yeah.
honestly, what if she was the real Krampus, though?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
what
we
Will
got-
said?
And
So
then
we
I
got the
turned
n-
it into Harbinger.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
I love Evil Nutcracker. Look at this.
Harbinger of
Panda.
Krampus.
She's the son of Krampus.
The Herald.
Right.
What is this? So, I just can't catch it. But yeah, I freaking love the idea that there's even more. Sacrifice? Sacrifice. Oh, my God.
Sacrifice!
Sacrifice!
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
I know you
This part,
Go ahead, Jay.
this part reminded me a lot of Legend. I was thinking of the little workers for darkness.
Yep.
Give them back!
He is totally wearing a face. Is it Santa Claus's face?
Yeah.
I think that's just Krampus.
No, he's wearing a mask.
It's like Leatherface. It's like Leatherface. He's wearing Santa's face.
But he's got goat eyes.
They're constantly up. Look underneath.
Oh yeah, they are
see
goat eyes. They are goat eyes.
Yeah.
Good call.
So you can see underneath his mask.
Yeah. And his jaw is like kind of broken and hung open.
That's what the tongue was out like a serpent.
You just look at the way it blinks. It's so great.
Regular person.
Those were definitely goat eyes. They had rectangular pupils.
Yep.
I love this. Not that part, but whenever he starts laughing.
I'm sorry. I just wanted Christmas to be like it used to be.
Too bad, bitch.
I love this fall. This is purely a 90s fall. That's why I kept this in. It's so bad looking.
I'm disappointed you didn't add a Wilhelm scream for
Ah,
that.
dude, I should have.
What the fuck?
I should have. I wasn't thinking.
That was a bad fall.
And the end.
Nope,
Nope, I didn't do one. I did not do one. I just... I should have.
It wasn't a dream.
My dad
I
did that
threw
for me
this,
once.
and it melted in the snow.
Yeah. It's... I mean...
I do like that everyone, the minute they glance at it,
Yes.
that's when all the memories start to come back.
Yeah. Like,
No, look at Toni Collette. She looks so lackadaisical and just pissed off about this. Like, oh, what?
She seems super annoyed instead of scared.
Adam Scott is like genuinely like, oh god, that thing is back. But the other one's just like, oh, my life is just still shit.
Yeah, fuck this. Santa
Claus is coming to town. Gather round. He's making a list.
Oh, that's what they realizing. They are realizing they're fucked.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
It's like Groundhog's Day. They gotta live the same day over and over.
So where's-
I was gonna say Groundhog.
Where's the Psycho House?
Sure.
Yeah, where's the Psycho House, Justin?
Here, watch. Go back. Keep on playing it.
When you're sleeping.
I'm actually pointing at my screen right now like it can help you. There you go.
That looks like the Amityville Horror House in Tom's River, New Jersey.
Yep. What is it? Oh shit!
I have a back
Oh, I see it.
What?
So,
Hey, look, there's the Snowden house.
There it is.
There's the Brady Bunch's house.
Yep.
Holy
Yep, there it
shit,
is.
they got the Flintstones house.
It's like Cabin in the Woods.
Yep.
Woo! Fucking plague
Hated
face
that.
down there too.
I hated that fake Five Nights at Freddy bullshit jump scare they tried to do at the end.
It's like a Muppets made a scary movie.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to my biggest complaint about this film is its tone. Because if you look at the scene when Krampus comes down the chimney, or that when the creepy elves show up, there is some really, really good horror scenes in this movie. And then, like what Will said, the cheesy jump scare at the end, and the elves in the kitchen. I just wish it would have stayed with one tone of that just being a straight up horror movie. I think it would have been really, really good.
Yeah, I like it. I like the different tones because I feel like it switches, but I also understand what you're saying because I felt like there was a battery drop moment and then it changed. Like I said, I was still shocked that this ended up being such a horror movie because I went in expecting like hardcore horror movie, like Will said, Krampus like coming through and just slaughtering everyone. And then when it began as this family-friendly movie, I was like, oh, my tone's completely off. No one's going to be hurt. And then when all the minions, all the demonic toys started attacking, I was like, oh, the stakes are real. So I was along for the ride, even though it's a very formulaic movie. Is that the right word? Yeah.
Formulaic.
yeah, it follows that, but at the same time, I enjoyed it. And whoever said it earlier, like this is a movie you watch every couple of years, I agree. Like it's one of those
Honestly,
movies
though,
you'd be like, you seen Krampus? Let's watch it. Go ahead, Hobbs. I'm sorry.
But to the tone changes, though, like it could be done well. Like I think Drag Me to Hell really like changed tones because it was a Raimi movie, so it kind of felt like Evil Dead. It had a comedic element to it, but it was still scary as fuck. And it didn't bring you out of the movie at all. Whereas this movie, it takes you out once it changes tone.
Oh, when the gingerbread man starts being wacky, you know, that really took me out, because the scene of Krampus on top of the building, you know, the first scene there, and then when she gets attacked by the Jack-in-the-Box, that is like some really good horror.
It's dark, yeah.
Yes, it's dark, and it is like you're like, holy shit. But then when Gingerbread Man shows up, it's like waka waka waka.
It's like,
you know,
we're gonna throw some whimsical horror at you. Really, I don't want whimsy. I don't want whimsy horror.
And I'm fine with the humor, because the humor in the beginning I think is genuine. I think it's real. I think it really captured, you know, Christmas with the families. But I also think it could have stayed with that dark tone, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And who am I? I make creepy dolls.
Exactly.
You have a little better insight than what these movie makers were doing.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Tales from the Dark Side growing up?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Did y'all ever see that episode, The Grither?
I don't remember.
A lot of people say that episode is a huge inspiration for this movie in particular. It's about a grandpa talking to his kid about this creature. It's definitely takes place during Christmas. And it's a real fun watch. I'm sure it's on YouTube. So I was just going to tell you guys, after watching this, I would highly recommend you all check that out and see if you can see the similarities between the two.
Was there anybody prominent in that episode?
No, it's spelled Grither, Grither.
Okay.
That's the best way to do it. You might think that Grandpa is someone that was kind of big. It's an '80s show, so it was a guy you might recognize from the '80s, but nothing like
Peter Falk. Got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He did it right before Princess Bride.
Well, guys, I think that's it on Krampus. I think it's a decent movie. Maybe give it a watch, but other than that, I don't know. Will, I'm supposed to pretend like, we're not doing it, but I was trying my best. Will, recommend us some stuff, good sir.
I forgot which direction because I'm in a new.
Yes, you're right. You got it.
All right. So I went a little different. I didn't follow a theme because we're going to be watching a lot of Christmas movies, Christmas horror movies. So I went with recently. I've been really, really, really into the YouTube world of horror, the real shorts, and the first one I want to support here is Hillbilly Horror Show. This is on Amazon Prime or Tubi. Tubi's totally free, so you can watch it. It's basically, they take a lot of the more popular or lesser-known YouTubers who make these kind of 15-minute short horror movies, and they put it all together with this crazy redneck and his hot sister, and they drink beer, and then they watch a couple shorts. So I think there's like 4 or 5 different episodes. They're not all winners, obviously, but they're only like 10, 15 minutes each, and it just jumps on to the next one with fun little hosts and silly stuff like that. So check that out, the Hillbilly Horror Show. And then if you got no time at all to watch horror, there's a YouTube page called 15-Second Horror Film Challenge. They do this every single year. People submit 15-second horror movies. This year is insane. There's like 200 and something. They have a whole video of every single one, so it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, but then they've also recently broken them down into the biggest winners, the gold, the best story, the fastest scare. So that's 15-second horror film challenge on YouTube. That's just great for just, I have about 10 minutes, just want to watch a few things and just check it out, and if it sucks, you move on to the next one, and Jake has something to say.
I was going to ask you a question about this.
Yes.
The movie Lights Out, was that part of this?
No, but Lights Out is one of the best YouTube horror films.
I didn't know how long it was. I didn't know if that was part of the challenge or not.
I think that was like a minute 15.
Okay.
Yeah, these are like super fast, and some of them really bomb, but there's some really solid stuff that you can do in 15 seconds.
Nice.
Oh, I know.
I bet you do.
Freaking awesome. All right. Well, with that, is that everything for the recommendations?
That's it. That's all I got, bro. What else?
Can I throw a recommendation out there?
Sure. What was?
Right, if you like zombies, check out the show on Netflix called Black Summer. So like 10 episodes.
Yes.
And they do like a different group of characters, but they're all interconnected towards the end of the series.
That show is great.
And it's fucking amazing.
What
African American Summer.
What was the porno movie that you watched, Will? Not an actual porno, but the one that you told us about that was like...
That popped up on Shudder. It's basically a bunch of kids. They work at a movie theater, and every Friday their manager lets them have like Movie Friday. And they end up finding this really old reel that they put on, and it's like this weird porno-esque thing, but really it's summoning this like sex demon. And that has the most uncomfortable nut explosion 3 minutes of my entire life. I mean, that will live rent-free in my head for the rest of my life. It wasn't the explosion. The explosion was simple. It was in his pants. You didn't even see anything. But afterwards, one of the guys is like a nurse or something. He's trying to put it all back together. Not shy away from him trying to put it all back together. So if you just hate yourself and you don't want to think about anything but that for 2 or 3 days,
what is it called?
Porno. And it's on Shudder.
And it's on YouTube. We found the clip.
Overall, it's a really, really solid horror movie. It's just that is what everyone will talk about with that movie.
Brutal.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we want to thank CJ, even though he had to bounce out. He had to go to a writing session, so we appreciate him being on the show. CJ's comedy, you got to check it out. This guy's he's
funny
a pro.
as hell.
He's amazing. He just kills it all the time.
Love CJ.
Comedian CJ STARR on Twitter.
Yeah, so go check him out. He's a great guy. We really appreciate him being on the show. David is also a comedian, even though right now he is only creating. So you got to check him out. Where can they find you, Dave?
Stop Motion Nightmares on Facebook and Children of Dave on the Instagram.
You gotta get on that.
Go check him out. Go follow.
Yeah, you've got to get on that. Like the stuff he puts out, I know all of us immediately like it. Every single post he puts out because they're all amazing. Even before we had on the podcast, I was just like, this guy's crazy. Like the stuff he makes is just truly original and we love it. And we really appreciate you being on here. And also creating for us, man. We appreciate every time you make a short, you just one up yourself, or I call them bumpers. You just one up yourself, one up yourself, one up yourself.
David, you should consider doing that 15-second thing, man. I'll send you the info.
Oh yeah, send me the info because I would love
quite
to do
a few
stop motion stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah,
dude, I think that your stuff is like it brings our stuff to a level of professionalism we don't deserve, and I appreciate it every time, dude. It's just
I think we deserve it.
Well, I appreciate that. So also you can check us out. Coming up, we're going to be watching Silent Night, Deadly Night for next Monday. After that, we're looking at Rare Exports, Ginger Dead Man, which I'm super excited for, that and Rare Exports. Rare Exports is subtitled, just so everyone knows ahead of time. We're watching a subtitled film.
Hey, is Silent Night, Deadly Night, is that a 70s movie?
Yes, it is.
80s. Okay. No, it's 80s.
82?
Oh, it's 80s? Oh, okay.
84, right?
84? What do
Is
we
that
think,
the one
Jay?
that all the religious people got it banned or something?
It does have definitely religious overtones. So I
I meant, did it get banned, or is that Black Christmas?
I don't think it was a video nasty. I think maybe Black Christmas was, but I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing. I did.
You say video nasty? What's that?
That's what the UK's called it. Like Bloodsucking Freaks. A bunch of trauma movies, just movies in that genre.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah, in the UK, their list was called the Video Nasties list, and if you got on that, you couldn't get distribution. It was crippling.
That's nasty.
Did you guys ever watch The Young Ones?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Drop Dead Fred's in that bad boy. Good.
Yeah, they had Video Nasty in The Young Ones one time.
That's
Sweet
Will's
Jesus, Hobbs.
favorite shit ever.
What? Are you serious?
I have seen all 8 episodes of that show 100 times.
My favorite line is, Vivian, where'd you get the howitzer? I found it.
That's a weird show. I like it. Yeah, you can check us out on the web at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where we're putting out all kinds of podcasts all the time. There's 5 different ones on there. We have We Are Era, that's me, Jake, and Hobbs. We talk movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We got a couple coming out here soon that are just great. We've got a couple lined up too. I can't wait to do. We're gonna have Selly on hopefully tomorrow night, and we're gonna do You Ain't List number 3. So I'm super excited about that. Also, you can check out We Are Bagu. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. We are
Reverend
breaking where
Dr.
we talk. Yeah, he is a reverend. Yeah, where we talk video games, Atari to Steam, and everything in between. You can also check out Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. That's me and all the guys. We're going to be playing some D&D. Jay's going to be on that coming up, so we can't wait to bring his character back and have a great adventure. After that, we've got I Hate Being Sober, where it's personal stories from epic people. I have a couple of those coming out soon. David and me are going to talk about his past, how he got into comedy, and also his creation. So I can't wait to have that conversation with him one-on-one. And finally, we have Camp/Horrorcast every Monday at 8 p.m. So check us out. That's what we do. Discord, got to go to it. Yes, I'm sorry, Will. Discord. These guys are pumping the Discord full of content. I appreciate it. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything else, but the Discord, that's the fun place to be. So if you subscribe to anything, go to the Discord. If you want to check out the other stuff, you can find us at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /WeArePodcast. But go definitely join our Discord. We appreciate you checking out everything here on the We Are Podcast Network. And also just share with your friends. We got affiliate today on Twitch because everyone was kind enough to reach out to their friends. So I'm super excited. I never thought that would happen. It's a pipe dream to even get that far. So the fact that we have people watch it all, especially shout out to Dan Danzy, who checked us out earlier.
Red
really
Nebula Pictures.
Yeah, go check out
it
Dan.
on his Twitch.
Give him some love. Also, the Asphalt Podcast will be coming up soon on the podcast network. We're super excited to have that on there too. So other than that, gentlemen, is there anything else? Nope.
Beautiful
With that,
people.
what we're going to do, we're going to raid for the first time ever. I don't know if you guys know what a raid is, but that should be fun. So we're going to raid the Metroid database because
Like
I
in
love
Pokemon Go raid?
Metroid. Yeah, basically that's what happened. So anyone who's watching the Twitch stream right now, there are 7 people. We're going to kick it over to the Metroid database, and that's how we're going to go out today. So we appreciate
Wait, do we have any questions or comments from anybody on the Twitch?
Nope.
We had plenty. I was saying them in between.
Yeah, he was saying in between. Goodbye.
All right.
Have a good
Bye.
one. Raid
Yeah.
now. I love raiding. Here we go to the Metroid database, and we're out.
And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Air, where we talk movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. That's me, that's Jake, that's Javi. We're breaking down pop culture, and we're having a blast. And don't forget, We Are Bagu, a video game podcast where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. We're breaking down all that video game lore. Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. Me and the boys were playing some D&D and we're having so much fun. I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people where I sit down with some of my favorite people on this planet. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about. And finally, Camp/Horrorcast. That's our weekly video cast. Join us every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time on Twitch as we break down our favorite horror movies from the past. Check out our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. And don't forget to join our Discord. All links can be found in the description. With that said, thank you again for checking out the podcast today. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please share with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this channel. With that said, we'll see you on the next one.